We are live for the pre-show. Not much to do in the pre-show because this is the easy one. This is the best one. So much potential, unlimitless potential.
None of these books have had a chance to disappoint us yet.
Oh, it's not really what I was going for, but I mean,
I know, but yeah.
You're not wrong. Yeah. Anything to report? Anything cool happened? I didn't. I just worked all fucking day. It was a terrible Indigenous Peoples Day, though. You know, happy Indigenous Peoples Day. That's all I got.
And hey, fuck Christopher Columbus.
Yes. Boom. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Man, I love that shit.
That's such a great movie.
It is. Oh, man. There's not really, there's some new comics, obviously, but man, they really blew their wad waiting for New York Comic Con.
Well,
I get it. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back. It's another episode of This Geek in Comics Out Ricky Greaves Comic Book Shit Talk Show.
Shit Talk Show.
It's Gomer and Taylor hour. We're just going to be talking about all the new comics coming out this week. And man, there are a bunch. As usual, if you see something, say something. If we have a book that's on the screen, let us know which books you're reading, which books you're loving, and we will talk about it. We start at DC because their books come out tonight at midnight, actually. Digitally, anyway. But yeah, American Vampire Volume 2, always a good one. You know, Snyder. Batgirls, I'm off this. I know you were reading this. You off this now?
It's one of those books that's like, it gets put in the back of my pile, and sometimes I do forget to read it.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike it for any reason, it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, you know?
Oh, for sure. 100%. I didn't like it. It's just not a book for me. It's a well-written book, well-drawn book. It's just not a book for me. Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries #1. All ages, still hitting you with that $3, drawing the line.
They already did like a 12-issue miniseries of this, and I think they're doing another one here.
Yeah. So, yeah, Scooby-Doo's real popular. I mean, it is kind of like a renaissance, a revitalization.
I mean, who doesn't like Scooby?
But, I mean, we got the Velma thing coming. We got,
That's true. It's definitely
Shaggy always in the zeitgeist, and now they're all in this Universal game, this Super Smash Brothers for...
I mean, the Scooby-Doo franchise is one of those, like...
timeless.
It's permanently in the pop culture,
Yeah.
Like, it's had a show off and on for, like, my whole life and, decades before that.
Beyond, yeah.
Who doesn't know the characters,
There you go. Scooby-Doo and Batman solving mysteries. And here's Ghostmaker and a lot of Batmans solving mysteries. Ed Bryce and John Timms, Batman Incorporated. I'm kind of waiting on this one. I like Ghostmaker. I like what he's got going on here.
I like everything about Ghostmaker except for his name. That is still a really stupid name.
It is a stupid name.
That being said, it is kind of cool to see Batman Incorporated. I like that that placeholder run there between Tynion and Zdarsky's here. It was cool seeing Batman Incorporated back in, and I think it was Ed Bryson who wrote that, right?
I think so too. Yes.
I'd have to go back and double check. It might have been Williamson because everything's Williamson.
Yeah, he writes every damn thing. But yeah, I'm all over this.
This should be a good checkout, yeah.
Love this Molina cover. That team looks just super badass in that cover. It just looks really cool. And Urban Legends #20, Batman anthology. That's all you need to know. It's wonderful. Batman versus Robin #2, a book that became much more important over the weekend as it's leading into the weekly 2023 event.
Yeah, Lazarus Planet coming up.
Yeah. First issue of this was fantastic, dude. It's Mahmoud Asrar, first of all. Okay, the dude's amazing. All right, the art is just stunning in this. It's outrageously good. And Mark Waid has written some of the most timeless classics in terms of comics that have ever been written. So, yeah. It's great. I'm all over this, man. It was fun. You picked this up? Did you read the first issue?
No, I never did get the first issue of this.
Man,
It might have been out at the shop when I got there or something.
Yeah. Cool gray Capullo cover here. Very fun action variant. And another one, Francis Manipool. They're pulling out all the big guns for the covers.
Yeah.
This thing. The Black Adam #1 special edition. That's basically a reprint. Here is your Dark Crisis tie-in for the week. These are just okay. I kind of compare this now to Judgment Day with these one-shots where it's all about a single character dealing with the overarching, I guess, theme of the event. In this one, it's sort of seeing every member of the Justice
Is this
League.
all of them in like their little bubble universe that they got trapped in?
Yes,
That's an
exactly.
interesting idea.
It is. It is. I wish they were pulling it over, a little bit better in the main comic. It's just sort of like this nameless sort of threat. It's sort of
it's a
we don't know.
notable absence in the main comic that they're not dealing with it. I feel like they should have done more in the main series with, the Justice League in their prisons or whatever.
And Pariah, his big deal, it's just he's just sort of there doing his thing. I'm still enjoying that fucking event, but yeah. So this will be okay. I'm definitely reading that. Really cool cover here that I'm sure has something to do with what's going on in the book.
I guess the way I feel about Dark Crisis is that if this was an arc of the Justice League comic, I'd like it a lot. But if as an event, it just kind of falls flat for me.
It's kind of the opposite of that Heroes Reborn thing that Jason Aaron did.
In a lot of ways,
much rather had that as a big event instead of just like an arc in Justice League. Soul Plumber, DC's Terror Through Time, their annual Halloween anthology book. These are usually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's an anthology book, so usual rules apply. You got to hope for if you're paying $10 for it, you got to hope for like 3 or 4 good ones. And probably, I mean, they usually throw a lot of talent on these holiday anthologies.
Yeah, so we're getting some good stuff. That'll be fun. Flash, Fastest Man Alive, #2 of 3. I don't know nothing about this book.
I think this was that tie-in for the movie.
Oh, for the movie.
The thing that's like pimping out the movie.
That's right.
Which cool, God knows when that's even coming out.
Yeah, no shit. They still did reshoots. Like as of last week, they were talking about doing.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
So really? Maybe jumping the gun a little bit with the hype machine here. I don't know.
And it's only 3 issues. A trade will be out before the end of the year. Yeah, you're right. It seems odd, but love this Ortiz cover. Very fun. Kinetic.
I love the energy to it.
Yeah. Moving on. Future State Gotham. Just the event that just refuses to end, dude. Cool Simone DeMeo covers on these, but that's really all. I'm not reading it. I'm done with Future State. I've been done.
None of us were very high on Future State here on the podcast, but I guess if you did, then they're throwing you this bone here,
Yeah, they're giving you what you need.
This, as far as I can tell, is the only part of Future State that is even like acknowledged at this point.
Yeah, it's the only part that's still going, but even with that said, it's the only part that even matters.
Yeah, I mean, they're still using John Kent, but they're doing stuff that has like fucking nothing to do with that Future State thing that they did with
dude,
him.
Nothing to do with whatever.
Same with like Yara Flor and all these other characters. Like some of the characters stuck, but they are pivoting hard away from all the storylines from Future State.
Yeah, which really surprises me that this book is still like the little book that could from that event that really wasn't an event, but kind of was. Anyway, moving on. Jurassic League, great book. Danny Warner Johnson, Juan Gideon, wrapping up. Collecting them up.
I swear that's an homage to something, but I can't place it.
Yeah, I can't put my fingers on it either. It's got to be. It's just sort of plain Jane to not be an homage to something. It's beautiful though.
But yeah, this book rules. I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
Yeah, Danny Warner Johnson having a great year. Son of Kal-El, #16. This is part 2 of Kal-El Returns. Did you happen to read part 1 of Kal-El Returns in action?
No, I did. I completely forgot that came out last week.
Warworld they won. Okay, they beat whoever was in charge of Warworld.
Mongol, I assume. Whatever.
Yeah, Mongol or Mongol, whoever. I don't know. I wasn't reading that part. But anyway, Warworld is now like in orbit around Earth, and like Superman went to the United Nations and was like, "Hey, these folks need someplace to go. Let's help them out." Right. And everyone's really worried because these are like terrible, folks. And yeah, it was fun. It was an interesting, take on the whole War World thing.
I might have to go back and pick up that issue.
Really following.
I guess since we weren't able to do previews last week, I didn't even realize it was coming out.
Yeah, but, I know. I was sick.
Well, but no, I would be getting this anyway. I mean, I've gotten all of Tom Taylor's Son of Kal-El stuff, but I've very much been looking forward to the reunion issue, as it were.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, I'm sure that's what we're gonna see here. That's about it. We do have a Wonder Woman 792 great fucking Joelle Jones cover here with action with her and Cheetah. Just beautiful fucking cover. Love that. But yeah, that's about it. Wonder Woman Evolution. So that's it. Batman Incorporated is definitely on top of my list for DC this week.
I'm looking forward to the wrap-up issue for Jurassic League. But yeah, looking forward to Son of Kal-El, and I'll check out Batman Incorporated for sure.
Yeah. All right, moving on to everybody else. These books drop on the 12th, Wednesday, the day comic books are supposed to come out. DC, come on. A bunch of hoodies, I don't get that at all. Closet is getting collected. This was James Tynion's little horror book. Very fun, really interesting. Do a Power Bomb, talking about DWJ. This is his other book, his Image Comics book that is like supernatural demon wrestling. It's very good, very fun. He's doing the art.
I am really looking forward to the trade on this when it eventually comes out.
Which will be a month or two. It'll be out by Christmas.
Yeah, I was about to say, which issue is this?
This is issue 5 of 7, so it looks
so
you're due for a Christmas launch for this.
Not too long from now, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been really good, and it's that Danny Warren Johnson art. You cannot beat it. 8 Billion Jeetings getting a 4th printing, which is just nuts considering.
I mean, you don't get to 4th printing if it's not, flying off the shelves. So
yeah, man, and it's got a lot of buzz with a TV show or a movie or some shit happening. But this is pretty fun for Halloween. Hack Slash, probably one of the more popular horror books that came out of Image Comics in terms of fun horror. It ain't gory, it ain't gruesome. It's gory, it's gruesome, but it's really more about having a lot of fun. And yeah, if you're a fan of this is definitely going to be more of the same, and I am, so I'm stoked about this. This is going to be great. Hack Slash is wonderful. Hitomi #1 is the debut over at Image Comics this week. I think it's actually their only one. Feudal Japan era, a drifter. Yeah, there you go. Elegance of Kurosawa with the visceral action of Tarantino. So you're not.
I was about to say that does looks like it's going to be a Kurosawa type deal, but hey, that is not an insult.
Yeah, I mean, and that looks great.
Yeah,
it's in the news, but man, Peach Momoko had to leave New York Comic Con because of some crazy shit going on. We're going to talk about that Sunday.
Oh, I
wasn't
heard about
anything
that.
like violent. It was just people being stupid in line, waiting to see her. That's what happens when you get
ruin
popular.
It for everyone. Fucking
ruin
assholes.
It for everyone. So yeah, Hitomi looks good. Least We Can Do gets its follow-up. And really that's it. I Love Everlasting is a follow-up. A bunch of collections. Seven Sun continues. Spawn, because it wouldn't be a week at Image without McFarlane, and there he is.
I mean, Spawn or Walking Dead, right? They're
always
got to pay them bills.
Always. Yeah, so that's really it. We do have this Starhinged Dragon, which is from Liam Sharp, a great artist. Not very good on the writing in this. If you're a fan of his art, though, I mean, he's putting on a masterclass over here with this shit. He really is just dipping into every kind of thing that he has ever sort of done in terms of style and design. I mean, look at that. That's like out of a fucking Dungeons and Dragons book, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that easily painted on the side of a van,
Exactly. Yeah, just really good work. But the writing is a little shabby there, Boom Studio, only one book really worth mentioning from that. Well, two, but only one really worth mentioning. Approach #1, Jeremy Hahn and Jason Hurley with Jesus Hervas. Jeremy Hahn wrote a book called The Red Mother, which is a really cool horror book. And that's what this is, a new horror series. Airport employees, Mac and Abigail, find themselves snowed in after a blizzard. They witness a terrible plane crash. After pulling a survivor from the wreckage, they realize a terrifying truth. This plane has been missing for 27 years. That's awesome. That's fun. That sounds like just a really fun premise.
Sounds like the premise of that TV show that used to come on like the last couple of years, like The Departed, like a flight showed
Manifest.
Up. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, my old lady's really into that show. It has another season coming on Netflix.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah. It actually got canceled, and Netflix like, nah, we'll pick it up because Netflix.
It's crazy that we live in a world like that nowadays.
It really is.
Instead of shows just going away when they're canceled, they become like free agents,
How about Cobra Kai? YouTube Remember, YouTube was the ones who started Cobra Kai.
I can't believe they dropped the ball, like not
I know that
continuing
shit,
that.
and oh yeah, I forgot. I'm actually wearing my Cobra Kai. But yeah, really psyched about the approach, man. Probably gonna read that like as soon as we end the show tonight. Really,
but that does sound like a fun mystery, you know.
Yeah. And I will bring a mention to once in future because this will probably be the last time I ever mention it. Issue 30 is the last issue. This is it.
Stands to reason that it'll be the last time you ever mention it then.
It probably will be the last time I ever mention it. It's such a good thing. Kieran Gillen is killing it right now everywhere, right? Dan Mora puts on just a show every issue. Every issue, you can tell he's just pouring his heart into this book. It's a modern day telling of King Arthur. That's all you need to know. Pick it up. It's 30 issues. Find the first trade. First trades of this are usually what, $8, $10.
Yeah,
read it.
They usually put them out for pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's such a good book, man. Such a good book. Moving on to Dark Horse, they do get Masquerade #2. Oh, that is my dog just howling right outside the window. Kevin Smith's book. The first issue was just okay. Not really my cup of tea, but Kevin Smith has always been hit or miss for me. He either hits really hard or misses way off the board. And this, I feel like, is sort of a miss, but worth mentioning, at least Kevin Smith. Yeah, and again, that's it. Dark Horse has literally nothing else this week.
Looks like they're pimping out some Overwatch tie-in there, but yeah, I mean, that's whatever. If you like Overwatch, check it out, I guess.
I mean, do people who play the game actually care about any of that shit?
Some do. I mean, sure.
They got to. They're writing the damn book. So, all right. IDW does have some things worth mentioning this week. Dark Spaces Wildfire. This has been just a fantastic book by Scott Snyder, and I love it. It's great. It's about a bunch of female convicts who are out there fighting wildfires.
And it's a heist, right?
Yeah, and they do a heist. Yeah, really fun shit. G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventures gets collected for only $13. That is a steal. That is a great book. If you've ever been a fan of G.I. Joe, get that book. It's so fun. They're doing reprints of Godzilla for the Halloween Fun Fest that they do every year. That's pretty cool. Star Trek Lower Decks. Star Trek's always a good read, but TMNT 133 is a continuation of the Armageddon game, where the first book dropped a couple of weeks ago and was fantastic. These are clone fucking Ninja Turtles, bro. Evil clone Ninja Turtles.
Oh, shit.
They got the Turtles' DNA and clone them motherfuckers, man.
I like how they kind of like do a different take on the ninja look for him, too. That's clever.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to check this out. It's going to be really fucking cool, man. Really fucking cool. And so far, it's good. It's set like 3 different teams up to do 3 different things, you know, and those are always great. I mean, that's what movies that are awesome have not done that. That's Star Wars. Star Wars bag 3 different stories, you know, at the same time, all meeting into one. So, yeah, I love that shit. DC, we already talked about. Eventually, we're just going to move to this site for all the damn books. I don't even care.
You say that every week, and then you keep not.
I know. Then I just never do it. All Out Avengers, Derek Landy, Greg Land, Landy and Land doing their thing. All Out Avengers. There you go. Jesus, look at this panel.
I mean, you got Dr. Doom with Mjolnir. I mean, that probably tells you all you need to know about the book, right?
That's
there,
the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they're going for like a silly story here, I think.
That's ridiculous. All right, Amazing Spider-Man #11. Still John Romita Jr. doing like the heavy lifting here, and he just doesn't have the back anymore. It's just god awful. Look at that face. I don't like it.
Man, I don't mind JR Jr.'s work as much as just the story is just
lame.
I'm sick of like your take on like let's do like a hard-hitting Spider-Man story and let's just make it misery porn. Yeah. Let's just make Peter have this miserable fucking slog of an existence. Yeah. I saw that was what the first arc was, and I haven't jumped on since, you know.
Yeah. Bunch of act shit for the Judgment Day. Death to Mutants #2 by Gillian. Gui Villanova is doing the art here.
Yeah, we got a whole onslaught of Gillen tie-in, so they're probably going to be required reading here.
Yeah, he has just written his ass off for this event.
He has.
Yeah, I mean, at least 24 issues, man. At least. Good for him. The same things are happening over and over again. He doesn't have much to remember. But then also Axe Iron Fist, where I can only assume that Iron Fist is going to get judged. This is Alyssa Wong with Michael Ying. Love that cover, man.
That's a cool
Silk
cover.
tan cover, yeah.
Probably won't pick up this one, but
yeah, I'm not really following this book. Loki's in it though.
What the fuck does Loki have to do with Iron Fist? I'm curious about that.
Well, isn't it the new Iron Fist?
Yeah, who has nothing to do with Loki, as far as I'm aware.
Well, I haven't read him, so yeah, I'm not even sure. Oh, look
in
at
the
that.
few
That's
issues I read of the new Iron Fist, it did not seem to have anything to do with Asgard or Loki or anything like that. I have no idea, but whatever.
Love this page though, with the progenitor just taking down an airplane for no reason. He judged that airplane to be bothersome.
Well, he's taking out those two, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. A bunch of acts. Black Panther number 10 has been solid. Captain Marvel number 42. This is also a Judgment Day tie-in. Kelly Thompson having Carol get judged, I'm guessing. Oh, look at that. Great couple of panels right there just to start off the book. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful work. Just gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Even better. Bright lit up pages. Goose doing it. It's still Goose, right? The cat's still Goose.
I think the cat is Goose, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Fun stuff there. Big book for me over at Marvel this week is probably Daredevil number 4. It's a slow burn in this book, but it has been so good.
Yeah.
You'll notice that it is the Marco Cicchetto is the main artist on this. Rafael de la Torre is the backup. Probably the best backup in the business right now.
Yeah, that is a hell of a bench to pull from there. Yeah.
Right. He was covering for Elena Casagrande on the Black Widow book that I didn't even care for the story. I read it for that Casagrande art. It was so good. Every issue, you got a 2-page spread of some of the best action scenes. I'm pretty sure she won a fucking award for that too.
As she should have.
Yeah, well, she at least nominated, but this looks cool. I'm a big fan of Daredevil, especially with Chip doing it. Fantastic Four number 48. This is the David Pepos Judgment Day tie-in.
This seems like it's going to be a nice little like placeholder story between runs here. I enjoyed that last issue. It was a cool look at like the office life of the Fantastic Four. Weirdly,
it was weird. It was a little, but I mean, I'm okay with that. Fantastic Four is supposed to be weird, so yeah, I was cool with that. Gambit number 4. I mean, that's whatever. Janice Vell, same way. A bunch of old writers writing their hearts out for these old books. Good for them. I don't know who the audience is for that, but it's not me. Ghost Rider number 7, Ben Percy killing it over there. It's weird that Ghost Rider is like the 3rd best book that dude's writing at Marvel. It's weird.
I mean, he's got quite a stable going right now.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Big book over here, Immortal X-Men, Kieran Gillen again. This dude got like 4 books dropping this week, all Judgment Day tie-ins.
Oh, and it looks like we're focusing in on Nightcrawler, who's probably my personal favorite member of the council.
Yeah, Nightcrawler being judged is going to be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, really. I'm really interested to see like the take here, because Nightcrawler is somebody who grapples with morality a lot, and to see it kind of, play out with the progenitor and everything. I think there's a lot of good storytelling potential there.
Yeah.
Also, love that cover.
It definitely turns sort of faith on its head as well. Like, well, are these Celestials God? Pretty cool portrait cover. If you're collecting those, they keep going on. The Phil Noto portrait covers. And Pacelli gets a Miracle Man cover somehow. The only reason I'm going to show it off is because it's Storm on the cover, and I will always show Storm off whenever she's on the cover because she's amazing. There you go. I don't know why she's kicking it with Miracle Man, but
yeah, they're looking pretty chummy there. Yeah,
they're really pally. Legion of X number 6.
Now, is this the one where is this one where Legion's going to fight Uranus? Because I might actually check this out then.
I am checking this out only because of that. But yes, this is the one where it says, "Hey, check out Legion of X number 6 in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, however the fuck long."
Oh god, that was way over a month ago.
Oh, it was forever ago, dude.
Yeah.
And then to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I love this too. This seems to be digging into both red and Immortal a little bit, you know.
This really seems like something they should have spaced together better.
I'm not sure, dude. I have to read it. Maybe there's something in here that is
This also happened in
spoilery or
X-Men
something.
Red, and the fight happened in X-Men Red. It just seems, so far, based on what we've seen in the preview, all of this seems like stuff that should have come out within a week or so of that issue of X-Men Red.
Yeah, I 100% agree. There has to be something we're missing here. Maybe
I guess.
Raphael Pimentel missed on the art. I'm hoping Kieran Gillen, or no, this is Cy Spurrier doing this, but I'm hoping that somebody had a secret in their back pocket and they're like, no, you can't do that yet. You know, for spoilers.
Maybe. I mean, that would
I don't
explain it
know.
at least.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah. Submariner, brand new book, getting hyped for, you know, Namor appearing in the new Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
This is Christopher Cantwell, Pasquale Ferry. It looks okay. Very bright. It looks like a post-apocalyptic sort of.
Pasquale Ferry's artwork is something we don't get enough of, especially on interiors. So yeah, this would be this could be worth checking out just for that, honestly.
Yeah. And Cantwell's no slouch, right?
Oh,
He
for
knows
sure,
what he's
yeah.
doing. So yeah, I'm definitely checking out the first issue, but I am apprehensive. I don't like Namor. Namor's like a bitch, and I don't like bitches.
Namor's a huge asshole.
He's an asshole.
He's a character who probably does work better as a guest appearance in someone else's book than he does supporting his own. But like you said, that Black Panther movie's coming up. He's a big part of that movie, and they got to get that hype machine going.
Got to do it. Got to hype it up. This is kind of weird. A one-shot for Punisher, Torrin Grandbeck, who I think is just now a stage name for Jason Aaron. Okay, it's a pseudonym that he's using. It seems like Grandbeck is always following up whatever Aaron's doing, whether it's Thor. I'm pretty sure.
You're right. I mean, he wrote the last few Valkyrie books.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Valkyrie. Yeah. Raphael Pimentel on this as well. This is sort of like a spin-off of the current Daredevil. I'm not actually
I mean, they
sure.
do these war journal books for the Punisher a lot, so I guess there is some like precedent for it, but that does look very pretty, I will say.
It looks really fun, dude. And I love Punisher right now. I'm loving what the direction that Jason Aaron is going with it.
That's on a maybe pile for me there.
Then. Yeah, it's definitely on my pile. I'm definitely picking that up, giving it a read. Bunch of Star Wars stuff. Star Wars 28. Star Wars High Republic is relaunching. High Republic #1, Cavan Scott, Ario, and Andito. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's a Star Wars book taking place in the High Republic timeline, and that's really all you need to know. So there you go. There's your new Star Wars hit. I will not be jumping on this. I do not jump on Star Wars anymore because I can't fucking keep up.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the first run on High Republic from a little while back. It's just that wasn't so much a conscious decision to stop reading it as much as just kind of it became a forgotten book for me.
Exactly. One book that I am picking up that is a Star Wars book, Star Wars Visions. Takashi Ozaki doing the Okazaki doing the art and the writing here. Basically based off of or in the same vein as that Visions thing that Disney Plus had.
Yeah, I recognize the
awesome.
Yeah, that Ronin Sith from I think it was the first episode of Visions.
Yeah, it looks very cool, dude. I love the art style here. I love the design with the coloring. Yeah, I'm all over this. This looks fantastic. It's just gonna be a good thing to have, sitting on a shelf. It's a fun piece. I think it actually has it's got the Bocciolo variant, and that's it. I thought there was a blank variant for that, which would be perfect. Blank variant for that. Venom #11, Wakanda #1 is something we should talk about again. With everything going on with the new Black Panther movie. Yeah, hype machine. We're getting it going. Edwin Narcisse, Stephanie Williams, Paco Medina, Natasha Bustos. Just giving us a Shuri story. Rhino shows up, and that's all you need to know. Black Panther in the movies has nothing to do with Black Panther in the comics. It's totally different. You would not understand anything going on in the current Black Panther book just because you watch those movies. The cross promotion between the big two movies and the big two comics is a fucking joke. I get why they do it, but still, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. Probably the best cover of the week though is Hot Ass Killmonger from Art Germ. Just beautiful.
Yeah, again that Killmonger thirst trap going there.
Yeah, the thirst trap is on. But yeah, Wolverine 25. This is a $5 celebrating 25 issues. Whatever. It's a cool
Honestly,
cover.
I'm just glad they didn't make it $6. I was really expecting this to be more expensive.
Yeah.
They always use these like divisible by 5 issues as an excuse to jack up the price.
Yeah. I think it's weird that it's a Judgment Day tie-in. You can't judge Wolverine. Wolverine's unjudgeable. Okay, you just can't. It's unjudgeable. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm sure it'll be okay because it's Ben Percy doing fucking Wolverine. And speaking of Ben Percy, X-Force number 32 comes out. Ben Percy, all 3 of the books he's got at Marvel come out this week.
Busy week for the guy.
I'm stoked for this, even though it is, yes, again, a fucking Judgment Day tie-in. I've been getting ready for fucking Craven. This isn't actually Craven. It's like Craven's son. He's been fucking with Deadpool. He's been doing all kinds of crazy shit. And he wants to hunt mutants. Mutants are, immortal now. So he's on. He wants to no, fuck them. The fuck they are, You're going to go kick some ass. One thing worth mentioning here, Peach Momoko does get a pretty good looking Miracle Man variant. I hate the Miracle Man variants. They're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the Miracle Man, the whole thing about it is more of like an interesting like publisher politics history than it is an actual history of the character.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, I guess if they're glad to have the rights, more power to them, I guess.
James Bond 007 number 3 dropping at Dynamite with some bunch of variants. 007 always gets some good variants. Ninjets number 2. Scarlet Sisters one shot. This is part of their, same sort of universe thing with the Cheesecake Vampirella. So yeah, that's really about it. We do have the rest of them, comics and graphic novels from all of the other small press. But unfortunately, our small press guy is not here tonight. Chicken Devils.
I don't know shit about this.
Yeah, Chicken Devils is definitely one he would bring up. An Aftershock book. This is like the second volume of this.
What the hell am I looking at?
Yeah, a dude dresses up as a chicken and goes on a crazed psychopathic hero's journey.
That old story.
Yeah, Dave will certainly be talking about it again at some point. Dreadful Dreamscapes number 1. I don't know what that is. Erratic Recharged. This is actually a pretty damn good book. It's what's his name who did the Iron Fist. Yeah, Carrie Andrews doing the writing and the art over at AWA. It's basically a new Spider-Man. It's the exact thing, that Spider-Man did. Young and swinging, dealing with school and shit like that. But yeah, beyond that, I think we are about done. It is a really light week. They dropped a whole lot last week in preparation of New York Comic Con. Now that it's here and gone, we're stuck with basically what feels like end of the month, leftovers. So yeah,
there's definitely some strong books this week, though.
There are. Batman Incorporated is at very high up on my list.
That should be really cool. Looking forward to Jurassic League. Looking forward to that Son of Kal-El issue. Sure. I'm still enjoying the Axe stuff, so yeah, I'll look forward to the Kieran Gillen ones at least. Immortal X-Men's always a winner, especially a Nightcrawler issue for me.
Yeah. I mean, there's some pretty good stuff at Marvel, but it's all the mainstays, I'm not picking up any of the new books.
Yeah.
The Punisher War Journal book I'll pick up.
That's a maybe for me, but yeah,
I think the book I'm most excited about is The Approach over at Boom Studios. This Jeremy Hahn horror book about an airplane that shows up to an airport 27 years after it, took off. Very stoked to read a book like that. Just sounds, a whole lot of fun. TMNT ongoing number 133 for the Armageddon game stuff. But yeah, beyond that, man, I'm kind of happy. It's a little bit of a lighter week. I deserve it. Damn it.
I'm glad for you. I truly am. But,
we're gonna talk about all of those books next week. Not all of them, but the ones that we like the most on the Sunday show. Please come back Sunday to hang out. We do comic news and reviews right here on these channels. Also, check out our pals, Comic Book Bullies. I'm not sure they actually did a show last night. I didn't listen to it because I was so busy at work. Usually I try to remember at work, but they might have done one. If you want links to that and more, go to outrightgeekery.com. We got links to every damn thing we got going on, including the Comic Book Bully stuff, social media, YouTube, all that good shit. So, yeah, definitely check those out. We would really appreciate it. Check out the Bullies. Check out us. Come back next week. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out, but most of all, thanks to this guy for hanging out with this guy.
Yeah.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Man, you can tell it's a light week when we're out in 30 minutes. It's like a waste.
Making record time.
Stupid comics.